Alright, welcome back everybody. I'm going to continue on into Tomb Raider. And continue to wander around because I have no clue what it is that I'm actually doing here. I open these gates up. I pull a lever, which allowed me to leave this area, but I would think it would do something else. Right? Huh. There's no items. Let's see a place to go. Can I jump that? Maybe I can jump that and get up there? Huh. Okay. Any items up here? Okay, alright, alright. Getting there now, get there now. Uh-oh. Like they couldn't have actually like gotten any recordings of a monkey. They just have a guy going eh. Alright, I don't have a key. I have a scion.
No.
But no. Is not correct. I paused games that I would want to stream. Which was a bummer because Steam had some good sales and stuff, so I was still picking up some games to stream for that purpose alone. Hello. Okay, a little weird. I would stay up and I would play some stuff, but it was like things I've done before, so like it's lame to even talk about, but like I would just launch my NES emulator, and do like Mario 1 and Jackal, which I don't know if you ever watched me play a little bit of Jackal, but like I would just do stuff that I kind of knew, or Messenger as well. I would just kind of do that because I could just kind of like zone out a little bit. Because when you're working, so one of the issues with the career that I'm in is that you have to be like ready for stuff to go on, like all the way up until you leave. Oftentimes fights and things would happen at shift change. This guy just did not want to go. Huh? All right. So you have to be ready to go the whole time. And so what that does to the your brain and stuff, and your body is like you're amped, and then you get home and you should go to sleep, but your body's not ready to because you were just ready to fight, right? And I ended up staying up way later than I needed to, so then I didn't get the amount of sleep that I should. Okay, what am I doing now? And so yeah, like I didn't want to invest myself into other games too much. Oh, now you want to go. Ugh. All right, so I pulled this, and then what did it do? Okay. Oh, one of those doors. Okay. What are we doing here? Pull that down. So yeah, I would just do dumb stuff like that. Because I was like, I know that I want to start again, so I don't want to play some of these games that I have. I did do, let's see, like the newer Tomb Raiders. I played through those because I had already done like the first one. So it was like, well, I can't really stream like the series. So I'll just finish that off. Although I haven't finished it off yet. I'm on the third one, but it's just not good. Like, I don't know what I'm doing or why I'm doing it. It's, I don't know. It is not engaging. The first two were much better. I wanted to play those. So I did those. Let's see. I've been sitting on, like I said, I've been sitting on some. StarCraft I've done a little bit of because I'm trying to get my youngest into it. He just started playing with me on it a little bit ago. Some Overwatch with my brother. But yeah, nothing too major. Uh-oh. Okay, I guess I made it. Yeah, nothing too terribly interesting. Even like X-Wing, my kids are now 9 and 11. Oldest will be starting middle school here next year. The younger one is going into 4th grade. That's what she does, man. It's Lara Croft. She's got better hops than I do. You can almost slide a piece of paper under me when I get air. I'm not very good at it. That's why I never played basketball. I was a wrestler. Because you don't have to be like super acrobatic and stuff to do all that. Alright, how's my health and stuff? Low. We'll wait and see if I get in another fight that I need it. If that guy comes back to shoot me, I guess we'll pop it. But yeah, the my oldest, they're both in like Boy Scouts, and he is now out of Cub Scouts into Boy Scouts, and he's been trekking hard. Whoa. He's been doing a good job. He's I think 2nd class already, and he just started in Boy Scouts, like Boy Scout level, just a little bit ago, just a few months. Uh-oh. Alright, guy's back. Let's pop a large. It does feel really long. I mean, I work literally half of the year, right? Minus any vacation time. So, yeah, schedule's just way better. Like I said, I was working 12s already, so I doubled the time off and took out a day of work. It's hard to find schedules like that. 4 10s is usually the closest people can get to something like that. So 4 on and then 3 off. Now, the other part of having the schedule, though, is that it does make it hard to actually like schedule. Like, I can't be like, oh, I'm going to stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, because it rotates one day a week. So that part will be a little bit more interesting on keeping people apprised of if I'm going to be streaming or not. So I'm going to try to make a little bit more use of Twitter. I wasn't great at it before. I just kind of was like, hey, I'm popping on. Not that I have anybody following me on it, but it's really the only place to make announcts. There used to be, I thought, a while back, like a little spot you could do messages on here on Twitch, but no luck. But yeah, I actually, like, I enjoy working, so when it gets to like end of day 3, actually, I'm kind of like, God, I'm just kind of hanging out. I kind of want to go back to work. "20 months. Hey, that is some good bonding time." I would love to see it, man. I honestly, yeah, I figured. I honestly was like, there's no way people are gonna come back. Like, I get it. People are still followed and things, and so I'm on the side of the screen on Twitch, but I don't know. I guess I'm also kind of pessimistic, so there's that. But man, especially here for my first one back, makes brings warm feelings to my heart, sir. Yeah, I didn't get any time off with the kids. Like, that was really too beneficial. So this time has been really nice. Make the most of it. Live it up. Like, I think I could do it. A lot of people don't have the patience for it to deal with kids and stuff like that. A lot of guys would prefer to be at work, but you don't get that time back. You know, I kind of felt the same way sometimes. I was like, man, am I ever going to be able to make it? And with that, my last job, I couldn't. And so I started with the police department in October last year, but I had to do some training and bounce between shifts and learn what happens on each shift there. Because since, the staffing is much lower, there's a lot more things that have to be taken care of. I don't have a medical department. I don't have a food service department. So you're making food and doing laundry and all that kind of stuff, and booking everybody in and dealing with issues and keeping people from getting in fights and stuff. Well, I mean, I hope nothing bad happened, right? But you never know. Um, so it's it is sad, but for, like maybe it's just something like me, like you just don't have the time anymore. You know, I don't know, because we were. I mean, there's a lot of like sympathy-inducing things I could go into, but like I don't want to bother with that, and like dwell on it either. So, um, but COVID really just shut everything down for me anyway. It took my time. It took because it reduced staffing so much that you're doing overtime all the time. All right, where did this key go? Go back up in there and that. And so that's what happened to me. It you know, I would believe it. You were always super dependable to be on there, and I didn't ever feel like I deserved it either. You know, what do I do? I don't do anything special. Um, but special enough to have some people keep popping in, and you were always the most dedicated. All right, I think I get it back up to that spot up there. Cause yeah, I'll tell people, yeah, I used to stream or whatever, you know, and like I wasn't big or whatever, but man, I tell you, I had this one guy, and he was just always there, and super likable and easy to talk with, and hanging out. I don't know what I did to deserve it, but must be doing something okay. Huh. All right, where does this key go? Right there. The rusty key. All right, it's been a while. Let's save. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Oh, Gator boy. Let me see. When did I make this one? I think I was streaming on this one before. Yeah. Yeah, I think I was streaming on this one that I built. This is still my most recent one. Most recent computer. So yeah, all that stuff went. It took a while to save up for parts, but we got them. Threw them together. That's what I'm playing on now. It's definitely not state of the art. It wasn't top of the line even when I bought the stuff, but it was still enough to make my wife be like, "You spent how much?" But I had, yeah, I was piecing it together. I'd buy one thing, wait a couple months and save, buy another thing. Okay, where am I going? This way? Hey, old school Tomb Raider works. There's so many like patches and different things you have to get though for this Steam version. So this isn't straight from the Steam market necessarily. You have to get this outside product. Otherwise, can't use a controller. Before I was using like the keyboard. It cleans up the graphics, so it does look a lot nicer. But I mean, I prefer playing the retro games anyway. You know, the new stuff costs quite a bit of money. Don't have that. So there's all this stuff that I've wanted to get into and play, and streaming helps me do that. Because otherwise, yeah, just like I was doing before, I just sit around and I'll play something that I've played hundreds of times, and it's not even necessarily for the enjoyment of it. It's just something for me to do to take up some of my probably undiagnosed ADD that I got. Oh, yeah, I don't even have a PS5 yet. Like, I'm not even gonna bother. My wife's asked about it, like if I would want one, and it's like, I mean, want, sure, but it's not needed. The only thing I do want is Jedi Survivor, but for quite a while, everything was coming out on both systems. And now I think they've finally been like, all right, PS4 guys, you gotta switch. And I'm like, nah. All right, this. Gotcha. So, yeah. Oh, I am heavy into Star Wars. Always will be. And I've indoctrinated my children, so they will be, they're not as into, like, the lore and stuff as I am, but they're into it. And that's a decision some people just have to make for themselves, right? Like, some people really dislike them, and even I can admit they're not the best. It's not what I would have wanted, but it's what we have, so I've made my peace with it, you know, even though some people think that they've really destroyed the franchise. I don't know. I mean, the only other alternative is to just not enjoy it anymore, and I'm not going to do that. It depends on, like I said, it kind of depends on your feelings toward Star Wars in general. I would say that Episode 7 is kind of what you've already seen, right? Like they're not really treading a lot of new ground. And I think that was a play because they wanted to be like, all right, look, we've got the franchise. Don't worry about it. Look, we can do what do what George Lucas did decades ago, bring it back to its roots, and do what needs to be done. And a lot of people gave it crap because it felt like the same thing. I don't want to keep continuing down that way. Oh, in case it's the way I'm supposed to go, I want to explore and see if there's other items. But this is a huge area. Got him. The writing is not what it used to be, right? But I mean, even the prequels weren't great writing-wise. I don't know. A lot of people gave the prequels crap, and now they act like they've always loved them. So I think it doesn't deserve as bad of a rap as it's gotten. But is it the same quality as like the original 3? No. So like I don't put on my blinders and act like they're the greatest thing ever. I did like 8 though. And that's the one that most people give the biggest amount of crap to, is episode 8. Because they read the books and they got into like the deep story afterwards, which George Lucas didn't care about. He straight up told people like, yeah, that's not my story. I don't care what's happening with it. So they did revision Luke a bit, and then people didn't like it because it didn't match their version. So so as far as Rey goes, I know she also gets a lot of stuff thrown at her for just getting everything right away, right? But it's like, well, what did Luke go through in episode 4? Like, he didn't know how to fly an X-wing. He had flown a little farmer kind of ship before, right? But um, that's not the same. Like, you couldn't like fly like a little puddle jumper plane and then hop into a fighter jet or something, right? Like, and he hops in and blows up the Death Star. Yeah. Um, so I think people forget about that kind of stuff. He was only with Obi-Wan for a very short time. He didn't get to learn too much, and he's, battling wampas and things. I'm just running around. I have no real aim to where I'm going right now. Uh-oh. So, like, I understand people's grievances. I feel like it's a little too heavy-handed. It's for a different audience. They wanted it made for them. But the thing is, you're already, if you already like Star Wars, you're gonna watch the stuff. I have not. I would love to go to a convention, but again, finances, man, and time. Never had it, either one, to just blow on something like that, which is unfortunate. Like, I'd love to get into like cosplaying, but I don't know how to make anything. I'm not good at it, and then I also can't purchase it because those cost quite a bit of money if you want to buy something that like is good, not just like some kind of Halloween store crap. So where am I going? I feel really lost. This area is too large, I feel. I don't know. I don't think that you'll feel like you've wasted your time if you go watch them. I really don't. I think if you go in and you just want to have a good time, I think you're gonna do that. But if you're going in expecting like masterful cinema, no. Now the TV shows that Disney's done, Obi-Wan and Andor, Mando, those are all really good. And it's a little bit more actiony, so if you're not too invested in like storylines and stuff of Star Wars, and it's like just a casual kind of thing, I think Mandalorian is a good one to get into because it's just some good fun, a little bit of a adventure of the day kind of thing. Pick it up. There's a thing on here, but I can't do anything with it? And another thing, having a daughter, man, like it might be a good role model for her. A lot of little girls have gotten into like Ray and stuff. So I don't know. There's different aspects to it that people don't think about. I feel. Yeah, they're not good, right? They're not. But this was back in like '96, so I guess it is what it is. Or unless she's talking about 4 months, it's starting to talk already. Well, yeah, probably not words, but lots of sounds and things. Yeah, there's so many times where you're just like, oh, this is terrible. Why did I do this? Changing all these diapers and it cries all the time and everything. But man, when they smile at you, you're like, okay, I guess I'll deal with all of it. Like it's all totally fine now. Okay, anything up there? I don't see anything up there. What is that? That's a thing. Huh. Yeah, when mine were that little and you're still bottle feeding and stuff, you know, I had my stance on the couch where I could have the controller and have the bottle propped up just right and everything, and I could still do my thing. Takes a little bit of practice though. Midas. Let's make some gold, I guess. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, well, not sure what I'm doing with this part. How are we doing on time? It's another... Actually, this one probably wasn't as long as the last section. Alright, we're going to take a quick minute for another YouTube little cut and ship that off. And we'll be right back. Hang tight.